Aisha, Beau here, and as you can see, I'm doing my intro from the mirror. Usually I do my intro against a solid color wall, but today I am in a rush. I didn't plan on recording a video today, but I was doing a wash and go, and I haven't done a wash and go tutorial in a long time, so I was like, you know what, let me just pull out the camera, pull out the ring light, and record as I'm doing my hair. I am running late, so I'm going to make this intro as short as possible, and the tutorial is going to be as quick and as easy as possible. And this is my updated wash and go routine. As you can see, my hair is about 75% dry, and unlike my other wash and goes, it is so big, so voluminous, so big, so voluminous. It has so much texture. So I'm kind of over the wet look these days. I know when I used to do wash and goes, I was obsessed with the wet look, and I was piling on gel and going outside with my hair sopping wet just so I could kind of show off that I had some definition and whatnot. But I'm over that, and I really love that my wash and goes now, I guess they enhance and they show off the texture of my hair, but also they show some definition. And they're big, soft, and I'm just so happy with the results I've been getting these days. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that a lot of people have been asking me about my wash and go routine. I posted a few photos of it lately. And so I had to put a new tutorial online. So the video is going to show you my favorite products to use for my wash and go. It's probably some products you've seen me use before, but the main takeaway from this is all in the method and how exactly I go about doing this wash and go, from raking it to the type of nozzle I use on my blow dryer, using a somewhat of a tension method, etc. So you'll see that all next. Before we get to the video, please be sure to subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you know my next video is live. Alright, let's get into it. Hi everyone! Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to move very quickly. My hair is washed and separated. Now I'm going to start off with some leave-in conditioner. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using a lot of the same products that I always use. If you know me, if you watch my channel, you know that I like to stick to a lot of the same products because I feel like that's the best way to get your hair to really act the way that you want it to. So the leave-in conditioner that I'm using is the INNERSENSE Sweet Spirit Leave-In Conditioner. And if you saw my last video, you know that I absolutely love INNERSENSE. It's one of my favorite brands for natural and curly hair. And their products are great, super lightweight, all organic, and they actually work on my hair type. So I sprayed that onto this section, and I'm just going to go through and add it onto each section. When you're doing a wash and go, because you're most likely going to be using gel, it's super important to use a leave-in conditioner because that's going to help make sure that the gel is not crunchy or flaking in your hair, and it also helps to retain the moisture in your hair as you have your hair in gel and do the wash and go. So I'm going to continue to go through and add the leave-in throughout my hair. I'm sure you're used to me explaining things a lot slower, taking my time, but as you can see, I gotta go. I have an hour. So I'll be back once all of the leave-in conditioner has been added throughout my entire head. Oh, and I do also want to note that when you're using a spray leave-in conditioner that isn't like a normal cream, make sure that you open up the sections of your hair, get up in here and in there, so that all of it can really be covered in the product. So I have the leave-in conditioner all throughout my hair. And as you can see, my hair is a little more wet than it usually is when I'm styling. That's because with the wash and go, it really helps to maintain the curl pattern and the coiliness and the definition if your hair is a little bit more damp than usual when you style your hair. So the next thing that I'm going to use is the only styling product that I'm going to be using, and it's the Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink Flaxseed Elongating Curl Gel. I didn't even have to look at this because this is my favorite gel of all time. If you watch my videos, you know that I mention it constantly, I feature it constantly. I've been a fan of Aunt Jackie's for a really long time. No, this is not sponsored. but if they want to, they can definitely sponsor me. So this gel is great because it's lightweight, but it still has some hold, and it does not flake. It does not flake, and I absolutely love that. So I'm gonna go through, and what I'm gonna do is finger it, I guess rake it. I call it like, I just like finger it in my hair, but I guess the proper term is like raking it through your hair. In my last video, I talked about the fact that I now use a tail comb after I've detangled my hair. Back in the day, I used to use a Denman brush while I was doing a wash and go, just because it really helps with definition. However, I've noticed that when I use the Denman brush, it makes my hair shrink up. And right now, I'm all about big, voluminous curls and voluminous hair. So I like to use the tail comb to kind of smooth out my hair and smooth out the curls so that it comes out a bit more elongated when I put the product in and when it dries. So you'll see that it definitely plays a nice role in the drying process once we're all said and done. So got that little piece right here, but I'm going to show you how I do it on longer hair. So I'm going to use the tail comb, separate it, and then you see how I said I'm on a time crunch, but I'm over here making these little tiny sections with my hair. It's this force of habit. Okay, so now I'm smoothing it over, and before you smooth the tail comb, because the bristles are so small and so tightly together, make sure that your hair is detangled. I cannot stress this enough because you do not want to be ripping out any hair as you do this. So you see how it goes through just nice and smoothly. I'm not like fighting to get it through. So it goes through smoothly. Then I get a little bit of the gel on my fingers. I don't know if you can see this or how much you can see, but I get a little bit of the gel on my fingers. And then I put some up here, smooth it onto my hair, and a little bit more to my fingertips. I'm not using a ton. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'm not using a whole lot. And I'm just gonna put it on the ends. Very important that you get a good amount of product on the ends because you don't want for your coils to be nice and coily and then the ends are like, so go through, finger it through. So I'm smoothing and then I'm finger raking it through just to make sure that each of the strands of my hair is getting saturated with the product. Make sure that I get the back. And then, yes, looking good. Looking good. And you can like feel the ends. Like I can feel when my ends need a little bit more product on the end of them. Okay, I'm not gonna OD with the product today. I say this, but I might OD. So there we go. I think that looks good so far. Then now this, go through, and again, make sure it goes through nice and smoothly and that you're not struggling to get it through. And add some onto the hair, add some gel to the top and the ends, and then you smooth it on, and then you finger rake it through. Make sure you get those ends again, and you finger rake it through. You can use both hands or one hand, but this is just to make sure that I cover all strands of my hair. And you can start to see which ones need a little bit more product. There we go. Great. So I'm going to continue doing this throughout the rest of my hair. And then once I'm done, I'm going to show you how to dry it. And yes, I do use a blow dryer to dry my hair after I do a wash and go. I'll show you how I use it, what heat setting I use on it, or what settings I use on it, just so it doesn't cause any heat damage, and just talk more about why I try not to go out and just let my hair air dry anymore. But in the meantime, we're just gonna rake this product through until we get there. Okay, so as you can see, my hair is completely, I guess, saturated in the gel and the leave-in conditioner, and it looks super duper defined, but it's obviously still very wet. And I used to like this look, but I'm kind of over it now. I don't really like the wet look anymore. I like, again, volume, big hair, bouncy curls. And I feel like when you have a wash and go and you let it air dry like this, sometimes, not all the time, but for some people, especially those who have shorter natural hair like myself, it kind of falls a little bit flat. So I want to give it some shape, some excitement, so I like to blow it out just a little bit, at least 50% dry before I head out for the day. So what I'm going to use to blow my hair out is my favorite, the Infinity Pro X hair by CONAIR blow dryer. And as you can see, I don't have my usual diffuser head on it. Usually I have my diffuser head on it and I'll dry my hair that way. However, recently I've started to dry it with a concentrated nozzle. And the reason I'm doing this is because, again, I want to elongate my curls. There's nothing worse than styling your hair, putting in product, and looking at how elongated it looks and how it's, you know, you got some hang time on it, some length, and then when it's all dry, your hair is like scrunched up against your head. I hate that. So what I like to do now is use the concentrated head to help me to, it's a little bit like the tension method in a way, to help to elongate the hair as it dries, so that once it dries, it doesn't just spring right back up in the process. So I'm gonna do that. Well, first I'm gonna put some makeup on. So you might see me with some makeup on while I'm blow drying through my hair, just to speed up the process because I might be late, so I have to hurry. Here we go. there you have it. That's the routine. I am running late, as I mentioned, so I have to go, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, question, concern, thoughts, any suggestions you have for another video of mine. I love comments and I respond to all of my comments, so I look forward to hearing from you. And until next time,